Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Will and Wise, the Dog Show Drive.
Canadian edition.
You know, we always throw that in there, but you know what? We have listeners in the UK, in
Everywhere.
Australia, in Sweden, in America. So I know pretty soon I think we can drop the Canadian edition and just be the Dog Show Drive worldwide.
Worldwide.
Anyway, I'm Will Alexander.
And I'm Y.
You are.
Because
And this week on the drive, we're going to talk about breed-specific handling. Are we shying away from it now? Is that what they're asking us? Okay, we don't want to go that way. And the listeners have advice for our new executive director, which I think we had an overwhelming response. That's great. And lastly, who misses the Dogs Annual? I know I do. All that
and more
on this week's Will and Wise, the Dog Show Drive.
Canadian edition.
For now.
For now.
Waves in the sea. You show myself to me. You let me down easily. Oh, that's the way you come to me. I'm head over heels, and I'm always gonna be. That's okay. I love the way you come to me.
I really do like our song.
I do too.
I do. Whenever I hear it now, I stop and pause and look for you.
Yeah. Have you watched the documentary yet on them?
No, not yet. It's like a 40-minute documentary, I think, or something like that.
It's not quite an hour. And then this morning I texted you and I told you the news had a little bleep because they did something. They had a live performance.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah. It was awesome.
It's so much fun. I'll when I'm working around here, I have to put Just Blue Rodeo on and just it just makes you feel good.
Delightful.
Anyway, how was your weekend? Why? You were at a dog show. I was not.
Right. I even participated in the dog show.
You did, but you did very well. So.
Yes, the little
Fanny did very well.
Yes, Fandu did very well. So she's getting it. You know, it takes time. She's just a young dog. So I was very proud of her. We garnered some good wins and some.
Okay, we didn't ask for a commercial. We just, asked how your weekend went.
You're so mean to me.
Didn't ask for a commercial. Anything happened at the dog show, though, of note besides you?
Well, at one point in time, we had like tornado warnings. We had some crazy weather. Yeah, if anybody,
I think I did hear that. I think
Megan if you go on Facebook, you can see this guy's nothing. I mean, other than some like heavy, fast downpours. I mean, we really didn't have the high winds came, but it wasn't. There were no tornadoes. We did not, even though we had in the surrounding area around Thunder Bay, there was a lot of tornado warnings, but we didn't. Nothing really came of it. And as everyone can see, I'm out at camp again.
You got to turn up your mic again. I think it keeps changing colors on you. Is it supposed to do that?
Yes, it's always done that way.
Oh, there we go. That sounds much better now.
No, it's always done that. It changes on its own.
Is it like a mood mic? Do you remember the old mood rings?
Yes. If it was black, you were in trouble. Anyway, back to my story.
Sorry.
Coming out to camp on the camp road, there was a few trees down on the road. So and this area gets some weird weather. It'll come up like fast but anyway, the power went out in the building a couple times, but they have a really good backup generator. And we were back at the old, well, it's not old, but the Norwest Arena, which is sponsored by the Stahl brothers in our area. Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. So it was good to be back at that arena because we haven't had that arena for probably at least 5 or 6 years, but they allowed the dog show to come back. So everybody was very careful about making sure they cleaned up, and the club does a really good job of making sure that building is spotless by the end of the weekend. So
I'm glad they gave the club a second chance though, because who knows, sometimes it just takes somebody that's in a hurry and just not thinking, and not
Yeah.
cleaning up after themselves.
Yeah.
And why should the building people
Yep.
have to clean up after the dog show?
Yeah.
You know,
And that's one of the rinks. Well, I think another thing that was with it is because that rink used to keep ice in all year long too.
Mhm.
So that was I think that was another part of why we weren't there for that many years. But no, other than that, it was great. We had a nice judging panel. It was a fun panel. A lot of good. The Gaudens, Avery and Doug were there. Steve Daynard, Joanne Furnell, and Heather Brennan. So it was it was a fun weekend. Fun
Good,
weekend.
excellent.
Yep.
Excellent. Yeah, I didn't do anything here. I don't.
I know.
I don't recall. In fact, it's so unmemorable. I don't remember a thing about the weekend. I think it all just melded together. So, just waiting for this day.
Yes. So, but yeah, so that's all we did. That's all we did, kids.
Excellent.
That's all
excellent.
we did. So I guess we
Well,
should get.
then let's carry on with this agenda that Megan puts together for us each week. And we need to thank her because she does this for us.
And I honestly don't know how she manages to figure out what we're going to do in our production meetings, because our production meetings are so off the wall.
Oh,
And
I
it's
know.
like, we're like, squirrel. And then we'll start talking about something which has nothing to do with what we're going to talk about
You're
on the
fading
show.
again. I don't know what's wrong.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
I
maybe it's
don't
me.
know
Maybe
why.
I have to turn up my hearing aid. Oh, I don't have a hearing aid. Never mind.
Oh, I know someone who does, though. I won't out them on.
Don't tell Stevie's secret. I just think he's Secret Service.
Those aren't hearing aids. What are those called? Comms, remote comms.
Yeah, take the shot. Take the shot.
Anyway, so anyhow, let's get on. Let's get on with the show.
On with the show. Oh, yeah, I think
So, across Canada, driven by Show Scene Magazine. Show Scene, where every dog takes center stage. So last weekend there was Prince George Kennel Club out in Prince George.
the bear.
July 24th through the 27th. It had a total entry for across 8 shows of 918 dogs, slightly down from last year, about 100 dogs down across the weekend. In 2024, they had over 1,000 dogs the previous year. And then there was Ontario Breeders in Lombardy on July 21st to the 24th. And they were up. They over 4 shows, they had 526 dogs. And the previous year, they only had 421. So good on ya. Good on ya. And then Limestone City Kennel Club, also held in Lombardy, was on the 25th through the 27th. And they had, 526 dogs across 3 shows. And that was up from last year, 334 dogs. So they were up a lot.
Yeah,
Now,
that's a good job.
That's not a new situation with Lombardy and with Ontario Breeders and then going into Limestone. That's not different from last year, is it?
I don't think so. I think it's all been held in Lombardy for the last few years.
Right. Same
We
location.
used to be Cars Valley Limestone, so we would start at Cars, go to Lombardi for the Valley Kennel Club, and then down to Lake Ontario Park for the Limestone Kennel Club.
Yeah. So, okay. And then my show that I was at, Lakehead Kennel Club, held in Quebec Falls, Ontario, over July 25th through the 27th. And they were down just a little bit, but they held pretty steady. For across 5 shows, they had 524 dogs. And the total entry the year before was 545. So that was a good weekend had by all. So that was across Canada, presented to you by Show Scene Magazine, where every dog takes center stage. So we have our upcoming shows brought to you by Canuck Dogs, your source for Canadian dog show events online. So it's already going to be September soon. Like we're at the end of July.
Don't even mention it. It's crazy.
Do you know how I know we're at the end of July?
Why or how?
Because my birthday was yesterday.
I forgot to mention your birthday was. I was waiting for you to say it. I'm surprised it's not on the agenda. Little squiggle in your handwriting. Why's birthday was
My
yesterday?
birthday was yesterday. Well, I now qualify, as you told me, on Thursdays at Shoppers Drug Mart. I qualify now for the seniors discount. As sad as that is.
Exactly.
How
I'm
did that
going on
happen?
Thursday.
How-
I plan my Thursdays now.
How did that happen? I'm so sad.
I don't know. Yeah.
I still don't think I'm 55. I mean, my hips
I know.
say I'm 55, but I'm
One
like,
minute we're tripping the light fantastic. The next minute we're turning down the lights because it hurts our eyes.
the next minute we're just tripping.
A
Anyway,
trip to us is to get up and use the restroom.
well, you have to plan your restrooms too, right? Anyway, won't get all depressing.
You know what you
So-
can do now, though? You can walk into an antique store and say, "What's new?"
Me, I'm new. I'm a new antique. Okay, so coming up, our show's coming up in September. Oakville
I
and
walk into an antique store, sometimes they don't let me out.
no, that's just you. That's just you.
I'm here all week.
Yeah, we know. So Oakville Kennel Club held in Jerseyville, Ontario, September 5th through the 7th, closes on August 12th. And that's 3 all breed shows and limited breed shows for groups 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3.
that's turning into a big event. So I'm really happy for the club involved doing that
Well,
show.
that's good.
So,
That's good. And then the Heart of the Continent Kennel Club, and that's in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And that's also September 6th and the 7th, closes on August 20th. And that's 4 all breed shows and 4 rally obedience trials.
I've never heard of the Heart of the Continent Kennel Club.
It's a relatively new club. I think this is their 3rd year. I
Wow.
want to say, yeah, their 3rd year. So, yeah. So, and it is Heart of the Continent. That's in Winnipeg.
I get it.
That's
No,
it.
I get the whole name in it.
You
I just
understood that?
I'd
You got
never
that
heard
part?
of it. Yeah, I never heard. I don't think it.
Yes.
It didn't ring a bell. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
I wish
So-
them luck, and I'm glad they've on to their 2nd or 3rd year, or whatever it is. That's great.
Yes. And then in Calgary, Alberta, September 12th through the 15th in Olds, Alberta. They have 4 all breed shows, limited breed shows for groups 1, 2, 3, and 6, 6 rally obedience trials and 6 obedience trials. And then in Pictou County Kennel Club in Stellarton, Nova Scotia, September 13th and 14th. And that closes also on August 20th. And that's 4 all breed shows, 2 obedience trials, and 2 rally obedience trials. And
See,
that,
there's something happening with your mic because when it changes to green, I can hear you better. I
honest to
don't know.
God, that the color thing is just a color thing. Really, it is.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, Yvonne. I don't know what to tell you.
Is that better now?
Check. Is this thing on? Check.
Check. Is this thing on?
Are
Is
you
this
ready,
thing on?
Canada? Check.
Hello. Okay, it's red now. Hello.
It's low again. See, when it goes red, it goes low. So
Just
I
a
don't know
minute.
what to tell you. You better get your team on that.
My team is at the office. Just me now. It's just me. Hold on. Do we want to just pause for a second?
No, keep going. This isn't
Oh, all right.
train.
Well, never mind. So,
Carry on.
so
Our
these were
wayward.
upcoming shows brought to you by Canuck Dogs, your source for Canadian Canine event information online.
It's like still, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Hopefully,
I can't-
Doc with his magic and pump
Magic.
up the volume.
Maybe he can.
Pump up the volume. Pump up the
All right. And then
jam.
finally, we have our reminders for closing. Markham Kennel Club closing Tuesday, August the 5th at 8 p.m. Show secretary is MJN Show Services. Elgin County Kennel Club closing date is Wednesday, August the 6th. Also MJN Show Services. Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry Dog Association, also known as SDNG. That closes as well on August the 6th. And the show secretary for that is Diana Edwards Show Services. And then we have Prince Albert Kennel and Obedience Club closing on August the 5th, which is Tuesday. And the show secretary for that show is Carrie Proudlove. Then we have Cranbrook and District Kennel Club closing on August the 6th at 11 p.m. And that show secretary is Arctic Dreams. So that was Canadian. Never mind. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's all brought to you by Canuck Dogs, which you can get online. That's that.
We won't charge you fully for that one.
Right.
Oh,
The blooper
Lord.
reel, the blooper reel. Anyway,
So this
So-
week's topic brought to us by Canadian dog fans here, a weekly summary of purebred dog events across North America. So this is kind of in response to what's been going around on the internet.
Yep.
I think you have, where is it?
yes.
Oh, there it is here. Oh, that's not it. Where is the name of the person that put this out?
It was from the Norwegian London Hound Kennel.
Written by Norwegian Lindenhound Kennel of Vorksmia. Also,
Vorkosmia.
Vorksmia, is that right? You think?
Vorkosmia.
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 Vorkosmia. I don't.
Vorkosmia.
Yeah. So you go ahead and give us a quick point by point about this.
Okay.
this-
So
Um,
this was it's just something that was posted, and then it's basically what are we really rewarding in the ring? And so and we're going to post this on our Facebook page for anybody so that they can see what we're referring to here. And they just start off, more and more countries are introducing rules about showing dogs on a loose leash, and honestly, it should have happened ages ago. Because if a dog needs to be strung up to look good, it probably isn't built right. If it can't hold its head, move freely, or stand naturally on its own, that's the real issue we need to address. Freestanding dogs aren't just beautiful, they represent the kind of structure that doesn't need a handler's help to shine. The idea that dogs need to be molded into place, that's totally last century. I'll take a naturally honest outline over a handler sculpted one any day. A confident, well-built dog doesn't need to be shaped like clay. It stands there and says, "Here I am." It shows structures, confidence, and quality.
Yeah, let's stop there for a second. So then there are some valid points in there, obviously.
Yep. For sure.
But there are some breeds that you just do not exhibit free stacked. Like a breed specific breed. Like I couldn't imagine walking in and free stacking my Irish setter when we want to see a dog's outline of how beautiful they look stand there on their own. We don't want to see their ears on top of their head and their tail wagging like a Labrador trying to get at the bait. It's not a breed specific presentation of an Irish setter.
No.
So, and there's a lot of breeds like that. Why? There's a lot of breeds that, like, I remember judging English Cockers somewhere, and they all came in and they were all free stacking them. Well, when they free stack English Cockers are such a merry little breed. They want to jump on everything, and if they do stand there on their own, they're usually a longer cased animal, and their ears again are on top of their head. So it's not a look I'm looking for. Even
No.
in the breed standard for my beloved beagles, it says a soft pleading expression. Well, if you're freebaiting a beagle, they are not giving you a soft pleading expression. They're giving you, "Give me that bait right now," with the demonic look in their eyes, the ears on top of their head, because they want it this instant.
Yes.
So
It's so true. It's so true. Like,
it's true. I understand Labradors, flatcoats,
Yeah.
Cavaliers, even bearded collies. I understand those breeds. But
but
there are some breeds that
Time
just
and a
are
place.
not
Yeah.
breed specific to free
Yeah.
stacking. And we like to see them stand on their own after certain patterns. That's great. But even when I'm teaching my class in the free stack, I don't want to see an English setter's ears on top of their head in the free stack. I want to just see an English setter outline. I don't want to see ears on top of their head, them going cross-eyed looking at the bait. That's not the look I'm looking for.
it's so true. It is so true. And then they go, the author of this article, of this piece, also they talk about then movement, right? And preferring a loose lead. and, going around and gating, and how if a dog has to be strung up, then obviously it's not built correctly, which, I mean, young dogs need the guidance.
It's a directional thing. It's not a try. No handler can really make a dog move properly with their lead. They can direct it into a comfort level where they move properly, where their head's in the right position. Where now, obviously, there's some handlers that aren't as good at certain things. And I don't want to say professional handlers. All handlers. There's owner breeder handlers, owner handlers, professional handlers. They all can make a mess of some dogs moving. And it could be because of them, because they're getting on in age and they still want to show that Afghan, right? But so it's not really.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you understand what I'm trying to say. That it's more of a directional thing than a correctional thing for dogs and handlers moving them. Yeah, a lot of the times handlers get in the way of moving their animals, and not the way they move, not because of what they're doing to their animal, because of the display they're putting on behind the animal, trying to be a ballerina behind their dog.
And that's so true. And then they also talk about, but a show dog showing a dog isn't a speeding contest. And you and I have had many conversations about, faster's not better. Yeah. And I know that a lot of times we'll watch, certain breeds, and everyone just wants to run fast because they think that, if you run faster, that means your dog's moving better. Not particularly.
We're going to win the race. We're going to win that race.
Right. And, so they go on to talk about that and lifted fronts, kicking rears, stressed top lines, artificial head carriage. And that all goes to, when people are trying to be flashy, but that's doing a disservice to your dog and not understanding your dog's mechanics and, the standard for that breed. And lots of breeds move too fast. And I have to say, with probably in the last few shows that I've been at, I have to say, I've heard more and more judges telling people to just slow down, nice, easy pace.
And that's what's going to happen. If you're going to walk into the ring and you've got this loose leash mindset and you've got an 18-month-old Irish setter, what do you think is going to happen?
I'm going to break my neck because they're going to cut me
and the Irish setter's legs are going to be going. The Irish setter's legs are going to be pointing in directions that aren't on a compass because they're just going to be flailing around the ring. But if you stop and you control and give them a bit of direction, it doesn't mean you're choking. It doesn't mean you're
no.
No, it's true. Just giving them a direction, a way to go on, and some calmness to them. You get to see what they look like in your backyard. Mm-hmm. Right now, they're on a loose lead, running in the ring with their dad or mom. So, my God, that's just fun. We're going to go as fast as we can.
Yes, and that's and I feel that's the other thing too, is that when you watch them in your yard, that's a totally different situation than when they have to perform in the ring. There's so many different, especially for a young dog, right? There's, so many different distractions, and that only just comes with experience and practice.
Oh, and
right.
Point taken. And today I was watching Ember's a young Irish setter bitch I have here, and I was watching in the backyard. All she does is hunt the birds the whole time, and she also likes to eat from the bird feeder. I don't know. Anyway, but I was watching in the backyard, and I was thinking, oh, I sure hope I can make her look like that in the ring, because she's using everything she has. She has a purpose where she's going, and she's not flailing. She's not doing anything, but she'll need that direction. And you can see that that's free and loose. The direction out there when she's running like that is the birds. She's looking at a bird and she's running across the yard for that bird. So she's doing it on purpose.
Yes. Well, you and I had you watched, I had someone video Fanny for me at the last show, and you said to me, you need to do this and this. And it's things, of course, I do know, but I just didn't at the time. And so then you watched another video of her this weekend and you're like, way better. Yeah. And I just kept her a little closer to me, and gave her a little more guidance than I had at the previous show. Made a world of difference.
Yeah, we're not choking them back. We're not doing anything silly like that.
Wasn't stringing her up or anything like
No.
that. I was just giving her.
If a smart handler lets a dog find their natural head carriage and then directs them around the ring, they're not going to, just because of instinct, follow those silly mats around the ring. They're not.
No, they don't.
They need some direction when they're in the show ring. I'm afraid
Yeah.
that's just the case.
Yeah.
And there's so many breed specific ways of showing, again,
Yes.
certain breeds. And I think I just said breeds twice, but you have to, in your head, you have a picture of what a boxer looks like.
Yes.
And then you read the standard and you match it all up, and you want to see that in the ring or as close as you can possibly get. That doesn't mean just dropping the lead and let them do whatever they want, or just stand there on their own. Some dogs are naturals. Yes, there are some dogs that are natural.
For sure.
And that doesn't always mean they're the best dog because they're naturals at it.
No.
My butcher's dog stands perfectly square. I don't even know what breed it is. So,
And there you have it, right?
yep.
Exactly.
It's a lovely dog, but to put a tag on it, a breed-specific tag, no idea. No idea.
Right. Yep. So they go on to say, I come from a breed where the word moderate shows up more than once in the standard, and yet somehow we keep drifting towards the dramatic. Moderate doesn't mean dull. It means functional. It means balanced, capable, fit for purpose. And yet exaggeration keeps creeping in, hoping no one looks back at the standard.
It's a subjective sport.
Yep.
So what one judge sees, another judge might not see, and that is often the case. You could look at your show this weekend and see what differences happened all weekend long. That's because it's a subjective sport.
Right.
And I know there are breeds that there's been incremental changes throughout the years where they have gone over the top, and I don't want to discuss those breeds right now. But yeah, the breeders have let things get out of control. But you can see where they're trying to reel them back in.
Yes.
Breeds evolve, and sometimes it takes a few generations. Say you wanted a little more angle behind because your dog was a little too straight built. Well, that first generation, it might be overdone, but hopefully your next generation, you're going to settle it down.
Yeah.
But moderate is in a lot of standards. It's in a lot of standards.
It is in a lot of standards, So then they continue on, and the next part is where we were talking about, guiding, and it has to do. You have to still train your show dog. Doesn't matter. No matter how beautiful they are, they still need help, and they still need to be trained.
No question.
Right? They still need to be trained. And honestly, it's disappointing to watch a sound, well-built dog lose to one that's all flash and relies on tricks and presentation, but falls short on true quality and structure. It's frustrating that judges reward it. And sadly, it's becoming the standard expectation, because in moments like that, it's not the dog being judged, it's the performance. And I both know you got 2 minutes there.
That's right. And that is such again, we're falling back. This is a subjective sport. I'd hate, maybe, dare I say, if I went in the ring and my dog kept being defeated by something I thought was overdone, maybe I'd have the same attitude. I don't know.
Maybe.
But it's a subjective sport, and I don't think the handlers, be it pros or breeders or owner handlers, are at fault here if that's what's happening in your ring. It's the judging. It falls back to the judging, not the presentation. Because let's face it, you're a new judge, and I'm still relatively new.
Yep.
It is a lot easier to judge a class that is well handled. It is a lot easier. You have 2 minutes, and let's just say this dog that free stacks and is a dead loose lead has moments of brilliance out there.
Yep.
They're out there, but I don't get to see them because I'm already on the next dog. So somebody sitting in ringside watching goes, "Oh, look how beautiful that dog looks! It did in place." But when I saw it, its legs were like flying around the ring. Its head was on the ground. It didn't stand four square. It didn't do any justice to itself. Handlers, and again, I'm not saying professional handlers. Handlers that are showing their dogs are very important to
Yes.
their dogs' careers, and not because they're known, not because they can make beautiful pictures out of dogs that aren't. It's
Yeah.
because they're directing their dogs and getting the best out of their dogs when it's needed. When
Yes.
it's needed. 2.5 minutes, folks. Dog shows are made up of moments, and you want to collect moments and do well in those moments. You don't want the person at ringside saying, "Oh, you should have won that class," when you didn't win the class because that
Right.
moment didn't happen in front of the judge's eyes.
Yep. Exactly. So they also go on to this isn't meant as an attack on showmanship. It's a reminder that the real artistry lies in breeding better dogs, not just showing them better. Presentation has its place, but it should enhance what's already there, not compensate for what isn't. Because true legacy is built in honesty, not illusion.
Well, and let's
True.
face it. You and I
True
talked
enough.
about this earlier.
Yeah.
You know, when we're showing dogs professionally, we showed a lot of good dogs, but when I really
lot of
got a
good
really
dogs.
beautiful one, it was easier to show. It was like, and sometimes you get that dog. I remember Polo, the beagle I showed.
Yep.
He was a beautiful dog. He wasn't a show dog.
He
We
wasn't
couldn't-
a show dog.
Yeah,
Nope.
and he just wasn't a show dog. And no matter how beautiful it was, I had some really good judges say, "Can you get more out of him? Can you do this? Can you do that?" And that you might say that, "Well, he should have won anyway." Well, if there's a dog in there of equal quality, and they're showing, and my dog is not, you don't win.
No, you don't, because ultimately, it still is a dog show.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing more pleasing to the eye when a dog will present itself and it's enjoying
Or
it.
even looks like it is. Like, and sometimes we have such talented handlers that you don't
Yes.
see them and you think, "Oh, anyone could show that dog." Not true. But they
Not
just
so
knew
much.
they just knew which buttons to push to get the
Yes.
most out of their dog.
Exactly. And that's part of the thrill of, first of all, showing that dog and judging that dog, right? Is to see when you see someone at, that higher level of presentation.
Oh,
Anyway, and then I'm not talking, and we're, and like you and I both know, we're not just talking about professional handlers. There are
No.
tons of owner breeder handlers that do even a
remember
better
Brian
job.
Casey showing a Doberman?
Exactly. Like,
Oh. In his
Damn
prime,
it.
when he could run around the ring, man,
Oh.
look out! Anybody was going to be in trouble with Brian in there.
yeah, for sure. So anyway, that was our topic for this
In
week.
case Brian's listening, I got a message from Paul Wilson today
Hi, Bri.
inquiring about Bri. So
Mhm.
hope you're listening, Bri, because Paul Wilson was inquiring about you because he hadn't heard from you in a while. So if you hear this, Bri, maybe send Paul a message. So we were going to do a rebuttal that was also posted, and it's a great article as well. I think this is a great article.
Yes.
There's a lot of valid points in this article.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Do we know what was her name? Do we have her name?
No, it always just says from the kennel,
Okay.
written by Norwegian.
It's a very valid article. And then there was the article that came out on Talking Dogs with Auntie. I don't know where that went, though. I did have it.
We'll post
Here
that.
it is.
We'll post
Talking
that part
Dogs with
too.
Auntie. And it was an article by Benjamin Sanchez Garcia.
Yes.
And he basically talks about what we just talked about.
Yes.
He talked about breeds. It's a very good article, and we'll get Megan to post this on our Facebook page as well.
Yeah.
So anybody that's interested to read it in its entirety can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I like one of the last lines. It says, "Showing a dog well isn't manipulation; it's a form of honor," and that's true. Anybody can
So
show a dog,
true.
but not anybody can present a dog.
That's right. Yep.
It's interesting, but
Yes.
let's move on. I digress. How much time are we doing?
Oh, we're good.
Are
I
we
think-
good?
I'm totally making that up. I don't know. We're good.
You're just making that up.
I totally made it up.
Okay, we're good.
So,
But that was
something
brought
neat-
to us by Canadian Dog Fancier. A weekly summary of purebred dog events across North
North
America.
America. North America. So, the other thing that we touched on in our production meeting was the digital footprints of Facebook and other social media platforms.
Yes.
They have faded, and like in 25 years, what will we turn to in order to remember the milestones and the achievements of like each year of the dog show world? Because we're losing our print media, basically, right?
And we can all say that it's going to be online somewhere. But as Amanda pointed out, 10 or 15 years ago, we were all Yahoo and it's gone now, basically.
Right.
So
And there was some great Yahoo like group chats and conversations,
Yes.
and pictures would be posted on that. And now all that stuff, it's gone. You don't
so
have
as
you don't
things
have that.
as technology
Yeah.
peaks past the frozen pizza,
Mm.
we could get in trouble with what's happened.
Yeah. So funny you mentioned frozen pizza, because today at lunch I was looking for pizza pops. 'Cause I
Pizza
love them.
pops.
I love them. Yeah.
So you
And
get
my-
home from school and watch Flip the Flintstones have a pizza pop.
Yeah, my husband's pointing who they're in the freezer. I'm like, yeah, the Frank's Red Hot ones. I don't want burn my mouth pizza pops. I just like the plain Jane ones, bacon and pepperoni. Anyway, so
That's
Well,
a
we
good
should go on
point you
to our-
brought up, because I see Megan has this too. So what value do publications like the Dogs Annual and Kennel and Bench and Popular Dogs, what value do they hold in the history of our sport? And
Yeah.
why are they still important?
yes,
I have a bunch of those still, and I still go back and refer to certain things and certain articles I've read. And oh yeah, I remember Nigel saying that, and go on trying to find it and
yes,
read it.
exactly. Yep, I totally agree. I've there's like I did have a lot of like my old English Setter newsletters.
Yep.
From my breed club, even those, because even a
Oh.
lot of the breed clubs don't even print out anymore either, right? Everything's online. You get an email and here's our newsletter for this quarter or this, 2 months or whatever. So,
But I used to love when we got the Dogs Annual,
oh,
because I would go and see who represented each breed at the top, and I
Mhm.
would follow down and I would read as much of the articles as I could. When you're a youngster, you don't really want to read about heartworm testing and whatnot, but
No, you
those are
never
important articles that for
They
breeders
are.
and exhibitors. But when you're 12, you don't think about such things. You look
You
to
want
see who was representing Irish setters this year.
English cockers and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Yes, totally.
But
And
it
then you
was
also then see who the breeders were, the breeders that are listed, and and to
for
see
sure.
and like to look back at those now and to see what breeders that they're not around anymore. But back then, like they were so prominent. Like you think about some of them that are in some of the breeds, and then like I always think of, there was a lot of iconic ads, and it was
God, yeah.
and it was the same ad these breeders would run every year. Like I was telling you, the Simca Dobermans, that ad was, to me, that was an iconic ad, and
And you got to see it every year. And there was
Yep.
even Carol Lee's Golden Retrievers. I remember that ad
Yep.
too.
Yep,
Like there was just ads that just stuck in your head
yep,
that you just reminded you of the Dogs Annual. And
Yep.
even like I like going back and looking through the old handler ads too.
Sections,
Like when
yeah,
they would just they would just have a business card in their
Yeah.
ads, and like, well, look at that, Scott and Nora McNair. Like that's so cool.
right. Yes, for sure. That was, yeah. It's Dogs Annual was that was definitely that was something you waited for to come in the mail.
That's
For
right.
sure.
That's right. And I
Yes.
always loved it too when you're going through the bookstore. Back then it was like Kohl's or something like that.
Mhm.
And you'd see the Dogs Annual
Yeah.
on the magazine rack and think, oh my God, we've made it.
We're so famous.
We've
Even the,
made it.
even the non-dog show people knew who we are.
You go through and find a picture of your hand. That's me. And behind somebody else's picture.
For
Oh,
sure.
the Lord.
Yeah. Oh, the Lord. Hi, Dar.
The dark.
The Dar. So So that was well, we already did that. The topic.
Yeah,
of the
we already
week.
did. That was just an
Yeah.
add in there because we felt like talking about it. So
Yes. And then, so let's get to the question of the week, brought to you by Pro Plan. Fuel the champion in your dog.
Mhm.
So last week's question, which was, what is one piece of advice you would offer the new what do they call
Executive director.
the executive director of the CKC to help her succeed in her role? And her name again, William?
Natalie Tarini. I believe.
Tarini. So this is some of our, a lot of our listeners, they did chime in about Natalie, giving Natalie some advice. So without further ado, let's go into some of this.
Okay. Well, Kendall Wharton wrote, not so much advice, but a request. Please promote performance sports just as much, if not more, than dog shows. They are the gateway for a lot of people to enter and stay in the dog community. That's really true. That's it. And sometimes they enter these dog sports and then they see a dog show and think, oh, I'd like to do that. So they're there with their dog that might not be show quality, but it's a great athlete and does these dog sports.
Exactly, because if you think about breeders, like you have your puppies that you sell to the general public, and I'm going to say I don't know many breeders that don't suggest going to puppy kindergarten or some sort of socialization class, and at those classes, though those puppies get introduced to dog sports, be it agility or some sort of barn hunt or a scent work, like that stuff, and those.
Like, that is a stepping stone.
That's
to
everybody.
This world.
Everybody could do that. No matter what your dog looks like, everybody can do those things. And that is the stepping stone. Then they go to those events, and whether they're in conjunction with the dog show or someone says, oh, you should go to the dog show because it's the weekend after the barn hunt and go see what that's about. And it's true. That's they're total stepping stones.
Even back in my young day, like we didn't do rally on it, but there was obedience. We would go to obedience classes. We had a dog named Velvet. We would go to obedience classes, and then someone would say, well, she's pretty nice. Why don't you try showing her? Well, that was the wrong direction, but we had fun and we learned a lot trying to show Velvet. We did get 3 points on her.
Well, there you go. 3 more than we had before.
It did get us into the show ring. It did,
Yes. For sure. So, I totally agree with that, Kendall. Linda June Faulkner says to take the time to listen to what longtime breeders and handlers say. They have most of the knowledge she will require for this job. I wish her every success in this new endeavor. And we do wish her a lot of success. And that's why I think there's a lot of us that are very passionate about what we're trying to, get across. Robin Faye Hughes says, actually take time to listen and learn about the dog world. Attend different events across the whole country. Visit kennels and kennel clubs to learn the frustrations that the membership deals with on a day-to-day basis. Only with that understanding can she truly know what is expected of the CKC by the membership. She also must balance the strong personalities within the board with what she is hearing from the general membership. The two opinions are not always aligned.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
And like the bottom line is like what most people are trying to get across is that because Natalie's not from our dog world, she has to try to integrate into our dog world and learn as much as she can.
Yeah.
Because
we're a complicated bunch.
We're complicated, that's for sure.
We might look like plain and simple, but we are like an onion. There is lots of layers to us. We're not going to try to make you cry, but you never know.
And Josephine Lambert wrote, she needs to first have the dog knowledge. Without this role is difficult to succeed in. Seek out knowledgeable people through the membership and listen to them. Be open and listen to the members. Again, it's almost like she might need a dog person advisor because it's good to bounce things off people, and especially ones that have the experience in this world. So
yeah, for sure. Sarah Petrie, attend the different CKC events to become acquainted with everything we are passionate about. It is easier to advocate for something if you are fully educated on everything that's involved. And I think that's true too. There's a lot of moving parts to holding a dog event, whether it be a dog show or a field trial or, an agility trial, obedience. There's lots of moving parts. There's lots of different aspects to that. And, there's the administration aspect where, you talk about show secretaries and trial secretaries to, the other side of the exhibitors, and then the outlying stuff like buildings and being able to get hotel rooms, even that, like, there's so much to our sport it's just not a little straight line. There's so much that we're involved in, because we were just talking about, just as a quick aside, we were just talking about the Kenora show. It's a lovely show. It's fantastic. You can't get a hotel room there for less than $300 a night. And this day and age, that is so expensive for like Northern Ontario.
Dog shows are expensive. There's no way around it,
So,
Jill
there's all
Taylor,
kinds of, go on.
Sorry, Jilby Taylor.
Jilby.
Get an advisor who is extremely knowledgeable and has long-time involvement in purebred dogs. The culture and specific issues require in-depth knowledge of our unique challenges. And they are unique, Jilby. But that seems to have a common theme here. Barbara Heel, promote and support purebred dogs. Yes, that's got to be the goal.
Yeah, I think that's something. I feel a lot of us feel that way too, is because we are kind of getting beat up a lot, and
Look what Mary Merlo wrote. Mary Merlo, who is American AKC member, and she has shown up here and she has lots of fun up here. But she makes a good point. Make her presence known at shows and to speak to those in the trenches. Don't just be a figurehead.
That, I think, is very, very good advice.
That will go over hugely with her membership if she is visible at these shows and it looks like she's trying to understand our world.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. And William Patrick, congratulations on your new role. Honesty is very important for any organization. And, that's true.
Yeah, honesty and transparency. I agree.
Yep. That's what and we do need that. And not that we haven't really had that before, but it's just to maintain and continue
moving
on.
Forward. We have to lean on. If the membership doesn't trust what you're saying, what's the sense of saying it, right? It's for doing it.
Yep.
So I think the bottom line is there seems to be some dissatisfaction that someone outside the purebred dog world has chosen for this position. Let's hope that's not the case. Let's hope that she gets in there, digs in, and tries to become part of our family as well. So
yes. And the thing is, and I believe if she asks for help, she'll get the help.
My God, of course she will.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there that want her to succeed. So
we do, because we would like our club to succeed. We would like our club to be, everything that we envision for it. So
stable and moving forward.
Yes, for sure.
For purebred dogs.
Yeah. So thank you, all our listeners who participated.
Yes, thank you for doing that.
And this week's question kind of goes kind of goes to a little bit what we were talking about with our topic for this show, about presentation and showing dogs, because which dog from the past do you hold in high regard for your own breed? So when you answer the question, give us what your breed is, and then give us a name of a dog. And it has to be
the dog that's made an impact on you, that's made you, like I have dogs in my head, Beagles and Irish Setters, that made me want to have Beagles and Irish Setters.
Right, exactly. And then, you can give a point or two as to why that dog holds that esteem in your mind.
And make sure they're from the past. I don't want any dogs that are being shown right now. So
no, it's not that. Yeah. Yeah, in the past. And there's a lot of great dogs from the past, as we both
Oh
know.
my gosh.
So
Our whole dog show, our whole history is based on history.
Exactly.
Of dogs that we've seen or heard of. There's
Yeah.
dogs that are in our history that I've heard of that I've never really seen other than in some of those
Occasional
photos back in the
photos.
day that we knew were touched up because that's how they did them to make them look like portrait like. And
Mhm.
yeah, so
So remember to comment on the Facebook page and let us know. And that's the question of the week, brought to you by Pro Plan. Fuel the champion in your dog.
Yep.
So the last thing we have is something from Kennel and Bench from the archives.
from the archives.
What about beagles? And so this was a letter from, I believe, Gary McLaughlin from Pierrefonds, Quebec. So he states, what about beagles? I don't wish this letter to seem like a complaint, but I find your magazine lacks in one department, which is of much interest to me, and that is the field trialing field trial beagling. There must be someone who could be approached to write a column such as those for other breeds. The article about obedience training is the typical article I have in mind. As a judge, breeder, and most of all, a lover of the field beagles, I feel this would add considerably to your magazine. There is very little beagle news and almost none concerning field trials. So how about
Gary McLaughlin, Pierrefonds, Quebec. And you know what? I agree with him wholeheartedly. More beagles all the time.
Beagles. And then the editor note, a few years ago, Mr. Teed contributed a column on beagles for our In the Field department, which appeared in the March, July, and November issues, alternating with retrievers and pointing breeds. We would be happy to revive this arrangement, and perhaps Mr. McLaughlin could get it started with our November issue. So there's, Kennel and Bench just fired right back at them and said, sure.
Yep, trying to fix the problem.
Get on it.
So we're here. We're trying to fix all these problems.
Yes, exactly. Well, what did you do today, Will?
Same thing I do every day, Vaughn. Try to take over the world.
Anyhow, so I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Yes.
All right. So do you want to take us away?
I do. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to the podcast. Check out our Facebook page, The Dog Show Drive, Canadian edition. So if you're traveling to a show this weekend, big AKC show out west is happening. So if you're traveling to a show, be safe. Seatbelts on, glasses on. Till next time, guys. Bye.
Be safe. Written by Jim Cuddy and Greg Keeler and performed by Blue Rodeo. Is that long enough, Doc?
Yeah, really.